Internal communique from Khornate Death Cult. Led by heretic known as the Crimson King. Intercepted by Imperial spies on Kaith's End. Message begins. Sir, have you ever seen a soldier with a 2-foot spike on his helmet get wedged in a doorframe, gutted by a bayonet, then left dangling like a bloody puppet? Because I certainly have. I know our goal is to strike fear into the brainwashed corpse worshippers, but I fear our impractical equipment is actually diminishing the effect somewhat. The Imperials may not have terrifying armor, but they're also not getting gouged, poked, and stuck in doorways. But we are, and it's making us look ridiculous. I'm dealing with constant friendly fire incidents, usually because some daft sod panics under enemy fire, moves too quickly, and winds up accidentally jamming a spike into his squad mate's eyeball. We've lost hundreds of fighting men this campaign to spike-related incidents. I've got a stack of casualty reports on my desk. You should see what we're doing to ourselves. Trooper tore major artery on own shoulder spike while attempting to scratch his back. Squad leader bled out after his chest decoration punctured his lower jaw during a sneeze. Entire fire team vaporized due to promethium tank puncture during low-stick smoke break. The list goes on. Frankly, if we keep going like this, the Imperial hordes won't need to fight, since we're doing their job rather bloody well for them. Look, I want skulls for the Golden Throne as much as the next man. But I don't think accidentally severing your commanding officer's jugular vein because you turned around too quickly is quite what our Blood Emperor is after. I think he wants something a bit more intentional and a bit less accidental. Sure, there are times when it helps to be pointier than a Carnifex, but usually you need a suit of power armor to do the heavy lifting. But I've got scrawny recruits with 30 pounds of wrought iron fencing on their backs because they want to look like dread soldier such and such, or unquenchable blood drinker what's his name. You should see how these poor lads fight. They can't even handle the fundamentals. It's impossible to keep balance in close quarters combat when there's a bloody great lamppost on your back, let alone when there's some mad Imperial bastard waving a bayonet in your face. And my goodness, don't even try to turn a corner quickly. The moment those stupid spiked shoulder pads get gouged into a wall or a door frame or even the low ceiling of some of the shabbier hair blocks, they're stuck, and our lads become target practice dummies. Just the other week we were conducting a night raid on an Imperial supply depot. Simple operation. Get in, slaughter the guards, grab their ammunition, get out. Should have taken 20 minutes. Ended up taking 3 hours. Do you want to know why? Private Throat Slitter got himself wedged between 2 storage containers. Completely stuck. Couldn't move forward, couldn't move back. Just jammed in there like a cork in a bottle. And did he call for help quietly? Did he try to remove some of his decorative ironmongery? Of course not. The bloody fool panicked. He started screaming for his squad mates, which alerted every PDF unit within half a mile. We lost 12 men in the firefight that followed. 12 good soldiers, dead, because one idiot wanted to look like a walking fence. Last I heard, the Imperials were using his corpse as a scarecrow in their vegetable gardens. We can't even fortify a position properly. We're leaving gaps in our defensive line because the moment night falls, half the soldiers are nicking every bit of fencing that isn't nailed down and welding it to their bloody armor. I've got livestock and sacrificial animals roaming the base, munching on our funeral pyres and taking shits in our munition dumps. And have you tried getting a squad into a Chimera lately? You can't. They don't fit. We've had to modify every single vehicle in our motor pool, ripping out benches and removing perfectly good storage racks, just so the lads don't get stuck disembarking. They're complaining they haven't got anywhere to sit down. But does any of them want to try taking their spiked armor off, just for a bit? Of course not. So now we've got squads standing for 12 bloody hours. By the time they arrive at the mission, they're knackered. The Red Pilgrims even lost a squad because someone's back-mounted spikes got caught in a Chimera's hatch mechanism and jammed the whole thing. All the Imperials had to do was toss a grenade in. We supplied the rest of the shrapnel ourselves. Daft, absolutely daft. And don't get me started on the trophies. Because even in the middle of combat, half our bloody forces are hacking away at the corpses of our foes, trying to grab another skull or ear or layer of skin to attach to their spikes. I saw a lieutenant the other day with a trophy spike made entirely of big toes. Big bloody toes. Why toes? And why only the big ones? Skull Throne, help me. I dread to see what the inside of that one's footlocker looks like. I suspect he might have taken the term literally. Even worse, the senior officers are getting upset. These bloody spikes are bashing the walls and door frames of every command center to bits. It's costing us a fortune in paint, plaster, and structural repairs. We're working day and night because, naturally, our lords of eternal darkness and bloodshed demand powerful, intimidating hallways. Not crumbling corridors bashed to bits because some corporal wants to wear his trophy spikes in the mess hall. I have COs voxing me night and day, furious because somebody's gouged a hole in one of their official portraits or taken an enormous chunk out of a piece of antique furniture in their office. You can only patch a war banner so many times before it starts looking like a quilt knitted by somebody's grandmother. I've had enough, Basil. Sort it out. Yours, in eternal service to the Blood Emperor, Senior Armourer Quint Molasses. Memorandum reply to Senior Armourer Quint Molasses. From the Arch Quartermaster of the Crimson King's forces. Dear lowly Armourer, toiling under the Blood Emperor's dark purpose. Request denied. We're not having this argument again. I like the spikes. The troops like the spikes. We're keeping the spikes. Do not test me, Quint. Regards, Arch Quartermaster, Basil Watchfair. P.S. Do you fancy cards and drinks tomorrow night? Blood drinker Balthazar found a wine keg during that botched supply run you were moaning about. Let me know. Cheers. The corpse of Senior Armourer Quint Molasses was found impaled on a wrought iron fence, raising the current spike-related death toll to 1,689. Operation Door Frame was a success. Spike enthusiasm among the heretic forces has peaked. The forces of the Crimson King continue their war against door frames and low ceilings. The Blood Emperor protects. This has been Tales from the Ordo Redactus. If you fancy more Warhammer short stories, be a good chap and hit that like button, would you? Perhaps subscribe while you're at it. Good lad.